The spotlight was firmly on Lando Norris as he stormed a victory at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, claiming McLaren's first Constructors Championship since 1998. His triumph wasn't just about personal glory, it was the culmination of a team effort that's been building momentum all season long. Starting from pole position, Norris made a clean getaway, expertly navigating the first corner and steering clear of any potential clashes with teammate Oscar Piastri. But just behind him, chaos erupted. Max Verstappen, always the aggressor, launched a risky move on Piastri at turn 1. The result? Contact. Verstappen understeered into the side of Piastri's McLaren, causing both to spin. Verstappen tumbled down the order, while Piastri dropped to the very back. This moment proved crucial for the Constructors' Championship. With Verstappen now out of contention for the win, it cleared the path for Carlos Sainz to move up to second, and more importantly, for Norris to cruise out front without any pressure from Red Bull. By the end of lap 1, Norris had already built a 1.8-second lead over Sainz. The virtual safety car was deployed shortly after when Sergio Perez's Red Bull came to a halt following a collision with Valtteri Bottas at turn 6. Both drivers would later receive 10-second penalties for their part in separate first-lap incidents. When the VSC ended, Norris wasted no time in extending his advantage, increasing it to over 3 seconds by lap 9. The McLaren was simply untouchable, with Sainz unable to keep pace. Behind them, Pierre Gasly in the Alpine became a rolling roadblock, holding up George Russell's Mercedes by over 10 seconds before pitting on lap 14. By this point, Norris had a comfortable 4-second cushion over Sainz, and the race had become a 2-horse fight for the win. Both drivers were lapping in the low 1:28s, but Norris always seemed to have just a bit more in reserve. Sainz briefly reduced the gap before his pit stop on lap 25, switching from medium to hard tires. McLaren reacted, bringing Norris in a lap later. And though Sainz gained 2 seconds in the process, the lead never truly came under threat. The tension rose as Norris's lead hovered around the 2-second mark, but by lap 34, he found another gear. Sainz began to fade, and Norris was able to increase his lead to over 4 seconds by lap 41. From that point, it was smooth sailing for Lando. He skillfully managed traffic, avoided mistakes, and steadily pulled away from the Ferrari. By the time the checkered flag waved, Norris had a 5.8-second margin of victory, and with it, McLaren's first Constructors' title in 26 years was secured. While Norris and Sainz were battling for the win, Charles Leclerc was busy putting on a masterclass in overtaking. Starting from the back row of the grid, Leclerc dodged first-lap chaos and took full advantage of his Ferrari's race pace. By lap 20, he had clawed his way into the fight for points, pitting for hard tires and rejoining just behind Pierre Gasly. Leclerc wasted no time overtaking Gasly and soon set his sights on Russell and Hamilton. When Russell pitted on lap 26, Leclerc vaulted into third place, and he never looked back. Though he couldn't catch Sainz or Norris, his P3 finish was a heroic effort. Ferrari ended the championship just 14 points behind McLaren, but they'll no doubt be wondering what could have been. This race was a bittersweet one for Mercedes. It marked the final drive for Lewis Hamilton in the Silver Arrows, and he signed off in style. Starting on hard tires, Hamilton stayed out longer than most of the field, finally pitting on lap 34. By then, he had slipped to 7th, but launched an epic charge back through the field. After catching his teammate George Russell, it was clear Mercedes had one last bit of unfinished business. On the final lap, Hamilton pulled off a breathtaking overtake on Russell at turn 9, sweeping around the outside using DRS. It was a classic Hamilton move, and a fitting end to his illustrious career at Mercedes. Max Verstappen had a nightmare of a race. His collision with Piastri not only sent him to the back of the pack, but also earned him a 10-second penalty. He pitted on lap 29 to serve that penalty, but by then, the damage had been done. Despite his best efforts, he could only recover to 6th, 12 seconds behind the Mercedes duo. It was a humbling end to what had otherwise been a strong season for the reigning world champion. The midfield had its share of drama too. Pierre Gasly finished 7th for Alpine, helping them secure 6th in the Constructors' Championship ahead of Haas. Nico Hülkenberg took 8th for Haas, while Fernando Alonso's 2-stop strategy limited him to 9th. Oscar Piastri fought back from his first lap collision and subsequent 10-second penalty to finish 10th. It was a strong recovery, but the frustration was visible as McLaren had hoped for a 1-2 finish. 3 drivers failed to finish. Franco Colapinto retired due to engine issues. Liam Lawson's Red Bull also broke down late in the race, and Valtteri Bottas' career ended in disappointment after a clash with Kevin Magnussen at turn 6 left his car too damaged to continue. Magnussen, meanwhile, went on to set the race's fastest lap with a 1 minute and 25.637 seconds on the final tour, bringing his Formula One career to a fitting close. Papaya fanatics rejoice. 26 years of waiting have finally come to an end. McLaren is back on top, and they've done it in style. Lando Norris's victory was more than just a race win. It symbolized McLaren's rise from years of midfield mediocrity back to the pinnacle of Formula One. Team principal Andrea Stella and CEO Zach Brown deserve massive credit for their patience, strategy, and belief in this young driver pairing of Norris and Piastri. It's clear that McLaren's resurgence is not a fluke, it's a statement of intent. For Ferrari, it's another case of so close, yet so far. Despite their best efforts, they were left chasing McLaren all season. As for Red Bull, they'll head into 2025 knowing that the grid is now closer than ever. The days of total domination are over. Mercedes says goodbye to Lewis Hamilton, while Bottas and Magnussen also bid farewell. Their legacies will remain in the hearts of fans, but a new generation is taking over. With Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, and Verstappen leading the charge, the future of Formula One looks brighter than ever. McLaren's first Constructors' title since 1998 isn't just a victory for the team. It's a win for every fan who's believed in them through the tough times. If this race was anything to go by, McLaren's return to title contention may only just be beginning. Thanks for watching. If you're as hyped for 2025 as we are, smash that like button and subscribe for all things McLaren and Formula One. Leave a comment below. How long do you think McLaren will stay on top? Until next time, keep the Papaya pride alive. Hello McLaren faithfuls. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support is what keeps this incredible community growing stronger every day. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe, but it helps the channel tremendously. Let's continue the conversation and share our passion for McLaren F1 together. You can also discover my journey as a passionate creator navigating life with challenging disabilities. Despite the obstacles, I'm determined to follow my dreams and share my love for McLaren and F1 with the world. By becoming a patron, you'll not only be supporting my dream, but you'll also gain access to exclusive content, including untold stories of legendary F1 drivers and much more. Your support can truly make a difference in my life, helping me continue to do what I love. Click the link below and enjoy.